Good morning, everyone. We're about to head to the mountains for a few days, and anytime you're gone this time of year away from your yard, things change. So I wanted to capture some of the highlights for those who will be with us this weekend, Julia and Molly, and just say at the outset, with all the rain, things around here are thick, they are lush, and they are green. That is certainly boded well for the dogwood I planted back in February. I think it's had a good spring and summer to get started out on its road to maturity. I am now in the front of the house. You can see some iris that have exploded since I planted them in May of 2013, just before Julia's graduation. I've noticed in the last day or two a few of my encore azaleas are popping. Normally they won't pop until September or October, but all bets are off this year. Back in early May, I put in this bed of impatiens, kind of red and white by design to represent the Woodward colors. Fern there in the background, Helleborus, ironweed. Excuse me. Let's head on to the back. To get to the back, we go through the gate that is the entrance to Marion's garden. God bless you, Mother. You love this place, and we're trying to do a good job taking care of it. Is that not Confederate jasmine, not Asiatic jasmine, Carolina jasmine perhaps, that's growing on the trellis? I need to get my jasmine straight, and I'll do that. Okay, let's go on through the gate. What you see immediately are thousands upon thousands of Shasta daisies. I tell people they're the superstar of the garden. I divided them a couple times this spring and gave away as many clumps as I can. I noticed in a nursery a small clump is $5, so these things, I guess, potentially are worth a lot of money. But with the added room after having been divided, the roots have spread and we have just had an explosion of blooms. Maybe things are at their peak now. They've been blooming for about a month. I think we've probably got another month of prolific blooms, and then we'll continue to see color right up until frost. Here's our bird feeder where our new pets hang out, the birds. The cardinals especially love it. The doves eat us out of house and home, but it's fun to look out the window and watch them. Now we're going to come in the back door. More iris. The purple puffy flowers are phlox. You'll find a little bit of everything in here, including plumbago. There's some aster in there, the knockout roses, more phlox, mint of course. And what do you call these little things? I can't remember, but they're a lot of fun. I bought them at the farmer's market back in the spring, and they open and close every day. They, like everything else, have benefited from the rain. They have a very special house, that being Mother's old wheelbarrow that's part of the yard art look around here. Okay, there's my oak leaf. Work our way over to the old magnolia tree. We have Leary oak planted all around the base of the tree. Of course, not much will grow down there, and when Sadie was with us, she would track so much mud in there. The Leary oak proved to be the difference. Our rock path leading out to the giant crepe myrtle, which is at least 75 years old. It's just started to bloom this week, and it'll give us some pretty color for a long time. a special old tree because Aunt Louise and Aunt Glennie planted it, and I have a picture of them underneath that tree with Kate in 1959. Now I'm going over to my perennial garden that I worked so hard on this spring in the hopes that I would get the kind of results that you see here. I have some midnight blue salvia in here. I have some tiger lilies. I have foxglove. I have some real nice sunflowers. They're called an autumn mix. And you can see that they are the colors of autumn, and then a few yellows thrown in for good measure. There are black-eyed Susans in this perennial garden. There's a combination of herbs. There is tarragon. That yellow flower is Gaillardia. There's some Shasta daisies, or I should say those are Gerber daisies. They came back. I didn't expect to see them back this year, but they are back and they're beautiful. More phlox, some basil, and I just can't tell you how much I've enjoyed these sunflowers. They're beautiful. As proud as I am of the flowers, I just have to let you take a peek behind the Elaeagnus hedge. I'm clearing this area back here to make way for perennials I've divided. I'm reclaiming it from the jungle slowly but surely, and as I have a surplus of perennials, I'm just going to plant them back here and see what happens. I know right off the bat there will be a lot of iris back here, a lot of daylilies, and a lot of daisies. I am reclaiming my fence from the wisteria and a variety of other vines that are growing on it. It's been a fight, but it's a good fight. We're having fun with it. Back to the daisies. They line this bed. And they surround an old bench that I resurrected from the yard a few years ago. On either side is a beautiful purple crepe myrtle that started to bloom. I've had daylilies blooming all summer. There's some that are blooming right here. Of course, the heirloom orange daylilies started off and they're about spent now. Might have an occasional bloom there. I thinned them out last night. Black-eyed Susans, more daisies. These purple blooms are something out of the lamb's ear family. I've got to find out what they're really called. I've been told, but I've forgotten. Got a little sunflower yard art, Russian sage, my giant sunflowers that are now about 12 feet high. Have been so much fun. It's gratifying when you've got something that you started from seeds 75 days ago, and now you've got these giant blooms. It's been really a lot of fun. They kind of cover up my knockout roses, at least one bush that's back there. There's a butterfly bush that's yellow, another knockout rose. I have some columbine that bloomed early in the spring. This is a dwarf Haha Abelia. I have a lot of this dark purple stuff that's coming up. Mother planted it over 25 years ago. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but again, that's a matter to research. It spreads like crazy. It's the kind of thing that'll wind up back in the waste area that I showed you a little while ago. Our camellia here centered in the back had a wonderful bloom in the spring, and beneath it we have put Grandmother Florence's bench that sat on her front porch for many years. So Grandmother Florence, this one's for you. There you'll see some more iris, and a real fun part of the garden. I have got two twist and shout hydrangea back here. One. And there's another one over behind the black-eyed Susans. They bloom beautifully in blue, and then they change to pink, and they've just given me so much color back here and so much fun. The ornamental grass was planted a year ago. Fortunately for me, there's not as much sun back here as they would like, so they just haven't totally exploded. I probably will be transplanting them this fall because they do need more room and they do need more sun. They too are possibilities for the waste area. There's another butterfly bush. Now that's some real lamb's ear that I got from Beth Sewell, who cleaned some house around here for us. That's a red sedum. That's a beautyberry bush. Our old hole-in-one birdhouse that we got from St. Simon's years ago. And I'm really enjoying the coneflowers. Most of them I moved from the back of the yard. Did get a little landscape design help and figured out this was the best place for them. So we'll pan the yard. Let you get a feel for it as a whole, and put this video in the books. It's a testimony to the power and the majesty of God in nature. Talk to you soon. Bye.